What is up, rockers? Welcome back here to another Rise of Kingdoms content. So today we're going to talk about account selling. Since many of you guys really enjoy the topic of account selling, I felt like it was an urge for me to make a following video about this. What is account selling? First, let's talk about this. Account selling is basically selling your entire account. Basically, when you log into the game, everything that is in your email or your Gmail or whatever you're linked to, your Google, your Apple, or your Facebook, whatever it is linked there, you are going to sell that account and transfer it to a different person. Now, selling of an account has an exchange of currency, whether if it's dollar or whatever currency that you are going to exchange it with. Now, how does the account selling really works? It's a little bit more of a process for what I understand. Because what I understand, I've never done this. I've never participated on this. For what I know is that you have to basically unbind your account. And it's not easy to unbind your account in Rise of Kingdoms. So basically, if you look into your account here, you have to unbind your linked accounts. So as you can see, mine is linked through Facebook and as well as Google. So technically, I could sell this account if I sell it to somebody who is a Apple user, but they cannot access the Facebook or Google from my understanding. But you have to unbind this. To unbind it, you will have to basically reach out to the customer support and request for unbinding. So they made the process here a little bit more challenging. But maybe there is some easier way that I don't know that the sellers know. So that's just something that, I'm going to put out there. I'm not trying to promote this, but I'm trying to make an awareness for players that there is this thing happening. And it's not like it's hidden. It's not like nobody knows that this is happening. It's not like nobody talks about it. It's not like the whales don't do this. So this is true, and this is happening. And there's a few more things that I want to talk about to give you guys an awareness of what account selling is. Now, the question that I get a lot of time is that they are saying this is against the term of conditions of Rise of Kingdoms. So is this really illegal in Rise of Kingdoms? Let's kind of talk about this, and I've got some stuff for us to read as well. All right, so let's take a look in here in the notice board bulletin. If you click here in the bulletin board, go to anti-cheating update. Go scroll down a little bit in here. All right, so they talked about to ensure the safety of your account. To ensure the safety of your game account, we advise Governor not to engage in activities that involve buying or selling of account. So, Rise of Kingdoms is saying, hey, kids, or whatever, old man, or I don't know, geriatrics, whatever, avoid engaging into buying or selling of account. They're saying the word here, we advise Governor not to engage in activities that involve buying or selling accounts. They're not saying, hey, if you buy or sell an account, we are going to basically ban your account. They're saying, we really advise that you don't engage in this type of activity. Why? Why are they saying this? All right. That these account transactions are not protected by the official authority, and in an event of unusual account activity and or an account ban, the official authority will not take any actions to deal with such issue. So here's a few things. They're not saying that they're gonna ban the account when it's being sold. But they are saying that it could get banned because if there were some unusual activities within the game or within that account, hypothetically, somebody who sold the account and then they did a bunch of refunds on that account. And then that can be a suspicious activity for Rise of Kingdoms, and they could potentially ban it. Now, another loophole maybe other people can say is that, okay, I'm selling this, maybe I'm giving it to my brother or something within the family related. That's acceptable. The thing that I want to mention here is the biggest thing is that the safety of your game account and also the safety of you, right? You can get tricked into this. So that's one thing that I want to say. And they say, we also strictly prohibit in-game discussion related to buying and selling of accounts. So now their talks in here is saying, we also strictly prohibited in-game discussion. So if you're talking about this in-game, so hypothetically, somebody reach out to somebody, maybe somebody reach out to a whale, say, hey, are you interested in selling your account? You can technically report that message that was sent to you in-game, and basically maybe that player will get banned. Or or hypothetically a whale is trying to say, hey, I want to sell my account in game, and they reach out to other players and like try to talk to it. That could maybe potential grounds of getting banned, maybe, but they're not saying that we're banning it. They're just saying we're strictly prohibiting this. They're strictly not, don't do this. Basically, it's not grounds for a ban. Basically, what I can read into this message board. So for the safety of accounts, we all ask our governors. So another part here, for the safety of your account, we ask all governors to refrain from the use of any unofficial payment channels. Third-party payment options are frequently linked to credit card theft, credit card fraud, and unauthorized gift cards. Using these options may result in the theft of your personal information, game account, or credit card information, and you run the risk of never receiving your purchase. This is a different topic, but it kind of links into account selling. So hypothetically, the player, before you bought the account, were doing all these fraudulent activities, and then as soon as you bought the account, then you're like, man, I didn't know that was happening. Then you get banned, and after your payment, then you pretty much lose access to the account. So there is definitely some concerns for you before you're making these actions. So the question now is, does this happen a lot? I feel like it does happen a lot. I have friends that I've played with that have sold their account, and I've met them, and I've seen this throughout our 4-year journey in Rise of Kingdoms. So yes, if we're asking about the frequency, yes, it does happen a lot. Now, the biggest thing here, the question, right, is Rise of Kingdoms, like a lot of people are saying, oh, Rise of Kingdoms is dying. Here's the thing. If these accounts are consistently being bought and being transferred to, there are some instances where some accounts were actually bought by brand new players because they didn't want to grind from the bottom up. So that means that the accounts and, they are being circulated, means that the game is continuously growing, because if the accounts are being sold to new players, then we are getting new acquisition as well. And plus other new players are coming in, making their own account. Some people even buy multiple accounts for themselves, as we have heard about this on Arvix, right? He bought multiple accounts. It's not a secret. So I don't know why people are trying to be like on the comment section, be like, oh, Shin, you shouldn't be talking about this, right? It is not like it's a private information. It is a public information. And we're just trying to give this awareness to everybody. So this happens a lot. It is not a taboo, in my opinion. It's not a secret. It happens a lot. And there is channels for this as well. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here. So how is this managed? So let's take a look in this one. So for example here, if you search Rise of Kingdoms buy and sell accounts or selling recruitment center, you can see here that there is middlemen that participate in this buying and selling of an account. I don't know how much percentage they get, maybe 5 to 10% percentage. I'm not sure. But let's take a look in here. How does this thing work? So if you look at this, somebody just posted interested, just PM me. It hides the name, and they're selling these accounts with, some of them are not really like super legendaries anyway, super strong, but I don't know how much that is going to cost. So be careful, like people like posting like this, you need to not click them. Don't randomly click links when you are looking into this as well. So I'm trying to help you guys out in here as well. See, these are scams. Don't click those. You're going to get scammed. All right. So somebody is like looking for a VIP 17 account with good debt score, ready to migrate. All right. So there are prices in here as well. So you can see this is a price of $2,000, VIP 17, expertise commander is 21. So a little bit more information. It has 32 passports, and you can see the commanders, the gears, and everything in here. For $2,000, that's pretty cheap, honestly. So there is a lot of buying and selling that's really happening. I don't know how frequent it is really. So this is a $4,000. It looks like it's a Vietnamese who is posting this. And VIP 18 expertise commander, as you can see, right? Is the Bitron? The Bitron is not even maxed out. Oh, this is actually, so the middleman is posting this. This is an Arabic account. So you can see VIP 18. Right, they're trying to sell this. These are probably the middlemans posting it. So you guys understand that there is buying and selling happening. Now, Facebook is not only the platform for this. I believe there is also a Discord server for this, which I was invited before, but I left that, so I don't really have the information now. But there is also a Discord server that does buying and selling of accounts in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, how is the account valued? I don't really know how the account is valued. Maybe you just pick an arbitrary number. Let's say, hypothetically, I say, hey, I want to sell my account. So, for example, for my case, I spent like maybe $60,000 for my account. Around that range. And I'm like, okay, so I mean, here's all the, max legendary commanders I got. Then you can probably go along how many legendary commanders you have invested. But I think the major price differences is going to be from the gear, and if you have crit gears as well. So for my account, maybe not gonna be that much value. But if I ever would sell my account, I would probably be in the range of about 5 to 10K. But that's only my own price preference, and I don't know how it is really being priced, but it really depends on the gears that you have within the game, and also the resources. I mean, the speed ups as well. Everything kind of plays into a factor in there, and how much legendary heads you have as well, right? And your VIP as well. So there's a lot of factors that plays in a role, but I don't really know how the pricing really works. So that's just me make an arbitrary number. But I know people that are watching this video have a lot more experience than I am. So you guys could probably let me know in the comment section below. Now, should you sell or buy an account? Now, here's the thing. Here is where the complication gets into. First of all, I would advise that try not to do any buy and selling of account. First of all, if you meet some middleman that is a scammer, of course you're not going to get your account, and you're just going to get scammed. And this happened frequently as well within the buying and selling community. And I've seen people made some posts saying, hey, never trust this guy. This guy is a scammer. So if you are going to do this, it's not like Rise of Kingdoms can prevent you. It's not like I can prevent you. If you really want to do or like sell your account, please be careful. Find some reputable buying and sellers, because if you get scammed, it takes a lot of, you really lose everything. All right, especially if you're buying an account, find some respectable sellers or reputable sellers. Be cautious when you're doing this, but the best thing I would advise is just not participate in this event, because if you do, there is a risk of being scammed. So you need to protect your finances as well. That's just my kind of like, conversation here for you guys. Be careful. It's not like I'm telling you not to do it, but we're not like kids. We're majority of people who are going to make some purchases are adults. It's not like I can't tell you, hey, never do this, never do that, don't do this, don't do that. You're going to get banned. So we know it happens. We know it's there. All I want to tell you guys, making this video, be aware it is happening, but please be careful, because we don't want you to lose your money, all right, or lose your account. So please be careful with the actions that you are going to take when it comes to buying and selling. And like I said, I don't really see here in the RoK bulletin board that it's saying that it is, completely like not allowed, and if they find out, they'll ban you. Now that I want to say, by buying and selling this account, it allows it to continue within the game, and maybe more purchases happens as well, continues more player base within the game. It's not a bad thing in my opinion. I mean, there are buying and selling that happens in other games as well, accounts wise, right? It's not something that is new within the gaming community. It's not new, right? So we know other buying and selling as well, and maybe we're going to talk about that in the future in our video. Anyway, rockers, hopefully this video was helpful. If it is, subscribe to the channel and press like. I'll see you again next time.